Your parents bought a home in Metro Vancouver in the early 1990s for around $300,000, $340,000. Now the same home worth $1.8 million, sometimes more. And they're giving you advice based on what they did. Here's the problem. That advice will keep you, listen to this, renting forever. Today I'm going to show you exactly why their advice doesn't work anymore and what you need to do instead if you actually want to buy a home in 2026. I'm Yaoska Climaco, Realtor with eXp Realtor here in Metro Vancouver. And I work with first-time home buyers every single day. And I hear the same thing over and over and over again. Like this. My parents told me to just save more money. My parents told me to wait for prices to drop. And listen to this, my favorite one. My parents told me not to trust realtors. And I get it. Your parents means well. But the reality is that the rules have completely changed. What worked for them in the early 1990s doesn't not work in today's market. So, in this video, I'm breaking down the 4 biggest pieces of advice your parents are probably giving you right now and why following them will actually hurt you. And before we get into it, if you want the updated rules for buying in 2026, not in 1995, text me the word guide and I'll send you my free home buyer's guide. It's made for first-time home buyers in Metro Vancouver today. All the info is in my bio. Advice number 1 from your parents. Just save more money, work hard, cut back on spending, then you can buy. This is probably the most common advice I hear. And it sounds logical, I know. Save more, buy a home. But here's the problem. Let me show you with actual numbers. You know I'm all about numbers. Back in 1993, when a lot of your parents were buying their first home, the average family income in Canada was about $55,000 a year. A detached home in Metro Vancouver costs around $337,000. Do the math. That's about 6 times their annual income. So, if your parents saved $10,000 a year, in about 3 to 4 years, they could have saved 20% for down payment. It was hard work, but it was doable. Now let's look at today. The median household income in Metro Vancouver is, guess what? $82,000. Not bad, right? But here's the problem. A detached home in Metro Vancouver costs around 1.8 million on average. That's about 22 times the median income. Let me say it again. 22 times. So if you're saving $10,000 a year, which is already a lot, you would need 37 years to save 20% down payment. 37 years. You're not going to wait 37 years. And here's the other problem. While you're saving $1,000 a month, home prices are going up faster than you can save. Even with prices dropping a little bit right now in 2026, which I'll talk about it in a minute, over the long term, prices go up about 5 to 6% per year. So let's say you save $12,000 this year, but the home you want goes up $50,000. You're actually losing ground. You're working hard, you're cutting back on vacations, you're skipping dinners out, and you're still falling further behind. That's why just save more doesn't work anymore. It's not that you're not working hard enough. It's not that you're wasting money on lattes or avocado toast. It's that the game has fundamentally changed. The math just doesn't work the same way it did for your parents in 1990s. Advice number 2. Wait for the prices to drop. There's going to be a crash. Then you can buy cheap. I heard this a lot, all the time. And I get why your parents say this. They remember 2008. Google it. You'll see what happened. The housing crash in the United States. People lost their homes. Banks collapsed. It was a disaster. So they think if you just wait, the same thing will happen here. And then you can buy. Here is the problem with that advice. First of all, yes, prices are dropping right now in 2026. Detached homes are down about 8% from last year, from 2025. Condos are down almost 8%. And townhouses are down about 6%. So, your parents aren't completely wrong. Prices do go down sometimes. Metro Vancouver didn't crash like the US did in 2008. Let me show you what actually happened. In 2008, during the global financial crisis, Vancouver prices dropped about 10 to 15%. That sounds like a lot, right? And it is. But here's the thing. They came back up in less than 2 years. If you were waiting on these sidelines in 2008, hoping for a huge crash, you missed your window already. Because by 2010, prices were back to where they were. And they kept going up. So yes, there was a dip. But if you waited for a massive crash that never came, you lost years of building equity. And here is what a lot of people don't understand. Even when prices drop, it doesn't mean homes become affordable. Right now, in 2026, prices are down 6 to 8%. But a detached home is still 1.85 million. A condo is still 700,000. That's still out of reach for most first-time buyer. So, waiting for the prices to drop more, you could be waiting forever. When prices do start going back up, and they will, because it's a trend, you will have missed your window. Everyone will rush back into the market. Bidding wars will start again, and you will be competing with 10 other buyers for the same home. Right now in 2026, in a buyer market, there are more homes for sales than there are buyers outside. That means you have the power. I've been saying that. You have the power. We can negotiate. You can ask for repairs. You can take your time. You can see more options. If you wait for a massive crash that might never come, you lose that advantage. So yes, prices are softening right now. But that doesn't mean you should wait forever. It means now is actually a good time to buy. If you are ready. Advice number 3. Don't buy a condo. Don't buy a townhouse. Save up, and buy a real house, a detached house. I heard this one from my parents all the time and from other parents. And I totally understand where it comes from. When your parents were buying in the 1990s, a detached house was the standard. That was that's what everyone bought. Condos weren't really a thing in the same way that it is now, okay? So in their mind, a detached house is the only real home. But there is a reality in 2026. A detached house in Metro Vancouver costs 1.85 million on average. If you are a first-time home buyer making 60,000, 70,000, even 100,000 a year, that's not realistic. Even with two incomes, even with the help from your parents, that's a huge stretch. So what do? Did you just give up? Do you keep renting forever? No. You start with a condo or a townhouse. Condos in Metro Vancouver are around 700,000 and sometimes less. If you go to my social media and Instagram and TikTok, you'll see an apartment that I posted like 2 weeks ago in Metro Vancouver for around 600,000. 2 bedrooms in North Vancouver, close to the Coquitlam River. Beautiful place. So, yes, you can find homes around that price. But the average, 700,000 right now. Townhomes are around $1 million. Still expensive. I'm not going to lie. But it's a starting point. Here's how it works, and I'm going to explain you. You buy a condo for 700,000. You live there for like 5 to 7 years or 3 to 5 years. You build equity. Home values goes up over time, even if they're deep in the short term. Then in 5 to 7 years, you sell. Or 3 to 5 years, you just sell. You use the equity as your down payment for a townhome or a detached house. That's how you get into the market. Your parents could skip that step because homes were cheaper. You cannot. But that doesn't mean you're stuck renting forever. And here's the thing. A condo or a townhome isn't a failure. It's a smart financial move. You're building equity instead of paying rent. You're locking in your housing costs instead of dealing with rent increase every single year. And honestly, a lot of my clients love their condos and townhomes, especially if you have dogs like me. Sammy and Milo have two. Townhomes are great because you get a little yard, close to trails, and you're not dealing with the maintenance of a huge house. So don't let your parents make you feel like a condo or a townhome isn't a real home. It's your home, and it's your first step into the market. That's the beauty. That's the way to start. Just think about it. Advice number 4. This is my favorite. Don't trust realtors. They just want your money. Do it yourself. Okay, so I get it. When your parents bought real estate, commission well or field, very expensive. And back then, there wasn't a lot of transparency. Buyers didn't have access to the same information. So yeah, it felt like a realtor was just trying to make a quick commission. And still a lot of realtors doing that. That is a fact. But here's what is different now. Buyer's representation is free for you. The seller pays the commission, not you. I'm never gonna get tired saying that because people are still confused about that fact. As a buyer, you don't pay my commission. The seller pay it. Okay, number 3. Here is what a good realtor actually does. Number 1, I negotiate for you. I know what homes are actually selling for, not just what they're listed for. I have access. I have access to all that information. I know which neighborhood are overpriced and which ones are a good deal. I can save you tens of thousands of dollars in negotiation. Number 2, I find problems before you buy. I know what to look for in a home inspection. I know which buildings have strata issues. I know which area have a hidden cost. If I can save you from buying a home with a 50,000 repairs bill, I already paid for myself. Number 3, I guide you through the process. Buying a home is the biggest financial decision of your life. There is paperwork, there is legal stuff, there is financing, there is inspections. If you never done it before, it is overwhelming. I've done this hundreds of times. I know how to make it smooth. Now, are there bad realtors out there? Yes, absolutely. I told you. Just like there are bad doctors, bad lawyers, bad mechanics. But that doesn't mean you should avoid realtors completely. It means you need to find a good one. Your parents didn't have access to the internet. They didn't have access to MLS listing. They didn't have access to market data. You do. So you're in advantage here. But you still need someone who knows how to use the data. Someone who understands the market. Someone who's on your side. That's what I do. And that's why working with a realtor, the right realtor, is one of the smartest things you can do as a first-time home buyer. And real quick, if you prefer to speak in Spanish, no problem. Soy bilingüe. Puedes llamarme, puedes escribirme, whatever is easier for you. You can text me, you can call me, whatever is easier for you. También hablo español, así que escríbeme si prefieres hablar en tu idioma. All right, let's recap everything we just talked about. This is my favorite time because I want you to actually understand the whole thing that we covered in this video. Number 1, just save more doesn't work when homes cost 22 times the median income instead of 6 times. Number 2, waiting for a massive crash that might never come means you miss out on years of building equity. Number 3, you don't need to buy a detached home right away. Start with a condo or townhome and work your way up from there. And number 4, a good realtor is free for you as a buyer and can save you tens of thousands of dollars. Look, I love my parents. I love your parents. They're trying to help you. They want the best for you. But the game has changed. What worked for them in 1995 doesn't not work in 2026. And if you follow their advice exactly the way they said, you're going to stay stuck and renting forever. So here's what I want you to do. If you are serious about buying a home in Metro Vancouver, whether is this year or next year or in a few years, text me the word guide and I'll send you my free homes buyer's guide. It's made especially for first-time home buyers in 2026. It covers down payment, financing, what to look for, what to avoid, all of it. The number is right there on the screen. All my description is in my bio. Text me guide and I'll send it to you right away. And if you want to have a conversation, no pressure, no sell pitch, just text me or give me a call. I'm here to help. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone you know who's trying to buy their first home. I make videos like this every week to help first-time home buyers in Metro Vancouver. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Ciao, ciao.